Good morning, viewers. As you can see here, Wayne's back at it. He's got his camera set up here as well. You might want to go over and check out RV Prepper Wayne to see some of his inside videos doing some of this. And I think we're getting ready to take off the valve cover here. I have a question for you though, Wayne.
Yeah.
Why are we doing the valve cover before we do the lower intake, since we got to take that off anyway?
The reason I'm taking the valve cover off first is I don't want any dirt to get down into the engine. I've already used a vacuum and vacuumed up the dirt and everything that was loose here. It's just when I pull the valve cover off, I don't want dirt getting into the engine. So I'd much rather just pull the valve cover off. And then what little dirt is there, I can use the vacuum again and clean it up, put the cover on, and that way I get nothing inside the engine.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you for explaining that.
Yep. There's a dirty valve cover.
Oh yeah.
That's what it looks like now. Wait till we clean it up. It'll look good. Yeah, see, it's just why right here. Some of this dirt that's up here.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
You know, I can use the vacuum and get what little bit is right in there then and get it cleaned up. But fun.
Cool. Oh, cool. You went to the store and bought a new cover, huh?
Yep, sure did.
Cool. That looks. Jeez, dude. Yeah. That looks clean. Nice job. Oh my gosh. Thing looks brand spanking new. Sweet. Yeah.
Putting it together, everything's clean.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
a lot nicer job. And
Like you said, you can tell leaks in the future because
yep, everything's
starting
cleaned
from a clean pallet there.
Yep, sure is.
Awesome.
The gasket set we actually ended up going with is actually a head gasket set. The reason being, intake gasket set, you got to buy intake gaskets for the upper, the intake gaskets for the lower. This way we have upper, we have lower, we have throttle body, got valve covers, end seals, distributor O-ring gasket, injector O-ring seals, valve guide seals, which we don't need them, we're not pulling the valves off, EGR gasket, throttle plate gasket. You even have extra donut gaskets if Eric ever needs them. Exhaust manifolds and head gaskets. It was cheaper getting a set like this than it was trying to get the upper gaskets, lower gaskets, and the couple other gaskets that we needed. So it was actually cheaper just getting a gasket set.
Makes sense.
And we've got the valve cover gasket. We're going to walk over here and stick it on. This actually has a lip that it sits in.
Like a glove.
Yep. Slid in there perfect. Okay, I have both valve covers back on here now.
Awesome.
And I'm getting ready to pull the water pump. I've got thermostat housing already loose. And when I had this valve cover off, I found a creepy, once used to be a shell, but
And he was just chilling in my motor block?
Yeah, well, he was just chilling up here right next to the valve cover.
I wonder if he's from Texas last winter, because we did see a lot on the beach.
And that's why I wanted to pull, I didn't want to pull the intake off first, because I wanted to get everything. This was just wedged in there, so.
Oh, weird.
We'll let it
Okay.
go. But the only thing now is pulling the distributor out, pulling the lower intake, and I've got the filler tube that I've got to pull off. But valve covers are done, on, clean.
Awesome.
And get the intake off, get it cleaned up, get it bolted back on, and then start with the injectors, injector rails, piecing it back together.
Awesome. Cool, Wayne. Thanks for the update.
Yep.
Ooh, lower intake.
Yep.
Greasy.
Actually, the water was leaking right up top here. Yep.
I think that's where it was coming from, huh?
Yeah. Because these are just blocked off on the intake, but they're not blocked off on the heads.
You want me to fire it up real quick, make sure the battery's still charged?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the gasket blew out. Intake gasket blew out on that side. You can see it right there.
Oh boy.
Yep.
No kidding. Yeah, that would be the issue. That'd be the leak.
Yep. Yep, that blew. Intake gasket blew out on there.
So now that we got a chance to look at the gaskets here on the lower intake, although unrelated to the fuel system as far as injectors and fuel pressure regulator, you know, losing antifreeze, going through a cord every 100 miles and not seeing it. Well, I mean, you got the cracked gasket right there, failed, and we saw the evidence right here that something was seeping through. On the other side over here, just totally twonked. Yeah. So that's, you know, probably putting antifreeze right into the engine and then eventually burning it off or something. That's why I never saw it on the ground.
Yeah, and that's just so.
This
stuff can plug a radiator up.
Sure. That one over there is also cracked.
Yep.
So, yeah, really good thing we're doing this, huh?
Oh yeah. Yep. And we did do a pressure test on the cooling system, and it failed. It was actually leaking coolant because the pressure was dropping, and the gaskets right here will explain why.
Yeah. Well, that's about it for today, guys. I'm glad with what we got done today. I'm most excited about finding the issue, the gasket issue with the lower intake. Because although I said that wasn't the main problem, obviously I've been losing antifreeze and I can never find it on the ground. And I mean, anytime you find a physical cause of a symptom you have, especially when we started tearing apart and the injectors and that kinked hose by the fuel pressure regulator. So, I mean, I'm feeling really good. We're getting really close to, actually, that's it. From here on out, we start putting things back together. So we're losing daylight right now, so we're calling it quits. But so far, it looks like we're gonna start cleaning. I'm probably gonna get a new thermostat tomorrow when we go pick up the fuel rail as well. But starting to clean up, put back together, and geez, in less than a week here, I'm gonna be driving this thing and testing it out again. So gonna go run to the store and pick up a few things for dinner. Look at that palm tree, everybody, as the sun sets. That beautiful antenna behind it. So we're heading to Walmart to do some shopping here. I actually got some big item things I need, like TP for my bunghole, and a few other big, like a case of soda, case of beer, stuff like that. Stuff that's not really economical to do on the scooter. So, and we're getting supplies for what, a stew you said or something?
Yeah, Brunswick stew.
It's gonna make Brunswick stew tonight too. So, I'm gonna eat good. Get some Nathan's wieners. Gotta have the Coca-Cola and some Fat Boy treats and some Big Boy treats. $1.11 for eggs. Gotta have my honey wheat bread. And gotta have the TP for my bunghole. Beans, that's all I need. So Wayne's here slaving away at the stove, making his special recipe homemade Brunswick stew here. And oh my gosh, if I could tell you how good this smells right now, I'm starving. Starving! Yeah, you got that thing filled to the brim now. Can you tell me some of the ingredients? There's pork in here, right?
Yeah, I got pork, 2 pounds of pork, 2 pounds of hamburger. I've got some carrots in there.
Carrots, potatoes, I see. Well, thank you for the stew, Wayne. This looks fantastic. Heck yeah. Guys, we'll see you in a couple days with an update on the RV. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Okay, I got the both intakes on. And
Awesome.
both intakes. Any dirt or anything that's sitting up here that I didn't get sucked off with the... Hang on.
Whoa!